people call it the happiest country on Earth. But beneath this permafrost lie secrets not meant for the faint-hearted. From towns where death is forbidden, to doomsday vaults ready to resurrect humanity, everything you know about Norway is just the surface. Welcome to the land of paradoxes, where nature is not just a landscape, but a living, mesmerizing entity. This is Norway, the mysteries behind the perfection. As the plane lands in Svalbard, the ground appears as sharp, dark cliffs, like blades tearing the sky. You are at the closest point to the North Pole humans inhabit. The air is thin, freezing, a direct challenge to life. No trees, no warmth, only the eternal silence of ice. Svalbard welcomes you with a cold warning. Respect me, or I will crush you. Isolation isn't just distance, it's the profound sense of being lost. Realizing you are a tiny speck facing nature's primal power. The sky is never blue. It shifts from lead gray to mysterious darkness. Each footstep on the snow echoes deep, reminding us we are trespassing in a kingdom not meant for humanity. Here, life is a persistent struggle against the cold that seeks to freeze every human ambition. What awaits you at Longyearbyen is a completely topsy-turvy reality, where the definition of life is flipped. It is the only place on Earth where dying is illegal. The terminally ill must leave. Why? Because in the permafrost, bodies do not decompose. They remain like living monuments to death. Residents live with the mindset of temporary guests. You see people carrying guns at the supermarket, not out of aggression, but because polar bears, the true rulers, are always watching. Fear is part of life, and death is a boundary not allowed to be crossed. Houses are built on iron stilts to prevent melting the ice, as if humans know their presence is a mistake. Everyone here carries a secret, a desire to escape, but they unknowingly walk into a reality far harsher. You don't truly live here, You wait to leave or become part of eternity. But the real secret doesn't lie in the streets, but deep within the eternally snow-capped mountains. A massive steel door stands like the gate to an eternal palace. This is the Global Seed Vault, storing 900,000 crop samples. Amidst the desolate landscape, this is an emergency room for life. Millions of seeds lie in the dark, waiting for the day the world collapses due to climate change. The silence here is different. It's not death, but anticipation. Humans built this fortress to fight their own mistakes. Standing before the snow-covered steel door, you feel a vague fear. Have we come too close to the end? The vault's presence doesn't bring full comfort. It highlights civilization's fragility before uncontrollable forces. It is a monument to insecurity, where we deposit our hopes in the earth as a final act of redemption. Some choose to stay in Svalbard forever. They are seekers of purification. During the polar nights, when the sun vanishes, they face their deepest depths. The loneliness here is enlightening. Many come from the noise of fame, only to find peace facing the storm. They speak of nights with dancing auroras, whispers from the pole's ancient souls. Yet, with that beauty comes the pain of distance, the lack of greenery. Their dreams freeze, clear and cold. They realize true freedom is when you dare to abandon worldly power in exchange for pure existence. They no longer belong to any nation. They belong to the ice, the silence, and their own limits. To them, every day is a confrontation with survival instincts, where luxury is worthless before the cold. Further north, the EISCAT Observatory stretches its antennas to the sky. Humans listen to the universe's breath. Solar storms colliding with the magnetic field create eerie murmurs recorded by machines. It is the cry of energy, the sound of a living planet. Standing here, you feel like a stranger in the galaxy. The universe doesn't care about borders, seed vaults, or illegal towns. It exists in its own way, powerful and strange. This murmur reminds us, our world is just a dot in the void. The loneliness in Svalbard connects us to the vast universe. At this end of the world, all masks fall off. You cannot boast. You can only exist through instinct. We end this chapter with a question. Why do humans crave to conquer the harshest places? Is it to prove strength or find death to understand life's value? Leaving Svalbard, you feel heavy. The contrast between life, seeds and death, bodies in ice, creates an endless loop. Svalbard is a mirror of humanity. The silence here sows the seeds for a mindset of hiding to survive. But if death is forbidden in Svalbard, what do the nearby dead cities, like Pyramiden, say? Can human empires truly survive while trying to impose laws on nature? The answer lies in the ruins awaiting us in the next chapter. We don't come to observe. We come to learn to accept our smallness before nature's eternal swirl. Yet not far away, history tells a different story through Pyramiden, a ghost town in the Arctic. Stepping inside, time stands still. Brutalist concrete buildings remain, but inside, everything froze in 1998. Books lie open on desks, children's toys scatter the floor, and dust settles like a shroud. Pyramiden isn't just an abandoned town, it's a graveyard of Soviet ambition. Proof that humans can create fake paradises in harsh conditions, but nature will always reclaim its territory. The decay here isn't scary. It carries a heavy silence, where the breath of mine workers still lingers on the cold cliffs. It contrasts with the artificial life in Longyearbyen. Here, death is not only permitted, it is the sole master, dominating space with haunting emptiness. In stark contrast to the desolation of the past at Pyramiden, Barentsburg emerges as a last remaining Soviet oasis. Unlike the decay elsewhere, there is life here, but it is a life completely detached from the world. Russian workers toil underground, regardless of geographic isolation and global political shifts. Barentsburg doesn't operate by Norwegian rules. It runs on a logic of those stubbornly holding on to a legacy. This isn't modernity. It's a parallel reality. You feel the alienation in every Russian sign, in every Lenin statue standing tall amidst the blizzard. Barentsburg's existence reminds us that humans always cling to definitions of home, even at the edge of the world. It's admirable yet tragic resilience. We are nomads, carrying our ideals into the harshest places, even when they no longer fit. The contrast between Pyramiden, a monument of the past, and Barentsburg, a persistent present, reveals the fragility of human power before time's turning. Leaving aside the ruins on land, let's look out to sea, where the flow of black gold is silently shaping the destiny of this nation. Oil isn't just a resource. It's the blood that turned a poor nation into one of the world's wealthiest. But what is the price of this wealth? It's not tabloid extravagance, but anxiety about the future. Norway holds the planet's greatest treasure, yet they choose a minimalist lifestyle. They fear money will erode the Jante Law's soul. This black gold flow doesn't fill billionaires' pockets. It feeds a massive sovereign fund to protect generations to come. Wealth in Norway is another form of hidden control. They don't spend. They buy peace of mind. This is a great paradox. A nation possessing massive resources, yet always ready to abandon them. They know true wealth lies not in oil barrels, but in the stability built on self-respect. It's the mindset of a people who have seen empires fall and swore they would not become a second pyramidon. Prosperity does not come from luck, but from ash. In 1904, Ålesund was razed in a stormy night, leaving thousands homeless. Yet instead of perishing, they reborn the city with Art Nouveau architecture, turning tragedy into an eternal legacy. This spirit of rising from the ashes laid the foundation for the offshore oil rigs. The National Oil Fund is more than mere numbers. It is a shield for the future, ensuring that if catastrophe strikes, Norway will never repeat the history of 1904. It is the thread connecting a turbulent past to the luxurious stability of the present. The black gold flow doesn't just bring numerical wealth, it creates an invisible pressure on the Norwegian soul. When all material needs are met by the oil fund, one must ask, if you no longer fight to survive, what is the meaning of existence? The answer lies in the small wooden cabins tucked under snowy forests. Prosperity here doesn't lead to arrogance, but to hygge, a state of stillness, treasuring simple values. They realize that with excess wealth, one easily loses their way in comfort. That's why Norwegians choose minimalism and closeness to nature. They don't want to lose themselves in the massive shadow of wealth. They fear that if they get too used to abundance, they will lose the fierce instinct that helped their ancestors conquer the North Sea. Wealth, in their eyes, is a poison if not managed with humility. While black gold nourishes the economy, Norway quietly renounces it through the electric vehicle revolution. Winding roads along the fjords are now filled with emission-free cars. This is how they use the very source of pollution to fund a green future. The silence of electric engines gliding through nature delivers a message of a new mindset. We do not need to shout to assert our status. They transform the nation into a living laboratory where development no longer equates to destruction. The phased abandonment of oil is the most practical commitment to preserving the perfection they have always pursued. Wealth hasn't changed the Norwegian nature, It has only amplified Jante law, the philosophy that no one is better than anyone else. This kindness is a paradox within such a wealthy nation. You will see millionaires queuing for the bus, doing their own manual labor. They don't consider themselves elite. They are part of the whole. But this kindness is also a barrier. It creates a flat society where standout personalities are extinguished by the pressure to conform. Has wealth made them fear difference? This is the dark side of equality. Stagnation when everyone tries to blend in. When everyone is the same, innovation becomes difficult. Norwegians stand at a crossroads. How to preserve kindness while keeping the creative fire that helped build this kingdom from the ice. This chapter closes as we realize the strange connection between ghost towns and the black gold flow. Both are human attempts to impose power on nature. One through mining, one through oil technology. But both teach the same lesson. Nothing is eternal. Today's oil rigs may become tomorrow's abandoned ruins, just as Pyramiden was once pride before becoming cold concrete. Norway's current wealth is just a moment in the pole's timeline. Their savings, sovereign funds, and minimalism are preparations for the day black gold runs out. They are learning to be free, not dependent on resources, but on their own clarity. As we prepare to move to the next chapter about the true rulers, remember, we are just passing guests, and this frozen land will exist longer than any kingdom we have ever built. As the roar of the oil rigs fades, another symphony begins to play, the symphony of silence and the harsh laws of survival. The people of the Arctic realize a truth. To survive, one must learn to be invisible. This is not cowardice, but the art of living in obscurity. They build their homes into the mountains, move quietly, and respect the stillness. In Svalbard, noise is a mistake. When you shrink your ego, you find nature more open. Is the code of silence, a wordless covenant. We come here not to leave deep footprints, but to pass without a trace. Obscurity is the pinnacle of humility, a state that ambitious conquerors never understand. It protects the soul from storms, both internal In this concealment, we hear what the modern world has deafened us to, the voice of stillness. Not a dead silence, but the subtle vibration of life. Amidst the vast snowfields, without engine noise or signals, the mind filters out all ambition. You recognize your own breath, and further, the heartbeat of the earth. The Code of Silence teaches there is no need to speak to prove existence. Sometimes, just standing still and observing makes you part of the whole. This is the true art of concealment, becoming a part of nature. Those who choose this path become serene. They do not fear death, for they grasp human finitude against the eternity of stone. In a place where clock hands seem meaningless, time is measured by the breath of permafrost. It drifts with the permafrost. Here, one measures time not in hours or minutes, but in endless winters. Waiting becomes a survival skill. You must learn to patiently watch the snow fall, wait for the storm to fade, and understand that all haste is meaningless before the constancy of the Arctic. The greatest legacy left by our predecessors is not gold, but the lesson of stillness in waiting, a state of mind where silence is no longer emptiness, but a deep sense of fulfillment. If time in the Arctic flows to the rhythm of the frost, then on the island of Sommerøy, time is truly dead. Long ago, the locals discarded their watches on the bridge leading to the island to embrace 69 days of the midnight sun. They have petitioned Parliament to become the world's first time-free zone. Here, natural biological rhythms triumph over the imposition of rigid numbers. You will see life bloom brilliantly while the rest of the world is deep in sleep, a place where humans are no longer slaves to the clock, but guests dancing with eternal light. This is the most vivid testament to liberation. When the boundary between day and night dissolves, we finally find the freedom to be fully present in this very moment. By adopting the code of silence, the line between you and the world dissolves. You're no longer an outsider, but the polar breath itself. It is a shift from conquest to harmony. Ghost cities or oil rigs are no longer intruders. They are mere bass notes in nature's symphony. We accept that all we build will return to the earth. Yet, in living concealed, we leave a legacy of kindness. The art of concealment is not about vanishing, but living fully without pretense. When winter winds arrive, historical noise is buried under snow, leaving only the stillness where we find ourselves. Under the deep, dark night sky, the Arctic will not leave you alone in the darkness. The northern lights ignite like a dialogue between earth and heaven. For the locals, this is no mere physical phenomenon. It is the breath of the spirits. In that moment, the lopsided confrontation between human and nature grows light. The code of silence reaches its peak. We need not win nor conquer. We only need to exist beneath that ethereal glow, to feel small, yet embraced. It is the final reconciliation before we face the true masters of this land. Yet silence is not always tranquil. Stepping out of the safety zone of contemplation, we face the true rulers. The polar bear, the snowy phantom of the north. They care nothing for your code of silence. They are pure instinct, a power beyond negotiation. Seeing a white shape emerging through the blizzard, all philosophies of harmony suddenly seem fragile. Nature is not just a gentle mother. It is a powerful entity demanding absolute respect. If you forget where you are, nature will remind you with its claws. It is not malice, but the harsh mechanics of a world order where humans have no right to interfere. The confrontation between human and bear is not a battle, but an imbalance of power. Norwegians understand this best. They do not hunt bears, they avoid them. Carrying a weapon is not for killing, but to respect a safe distance. In this encounter, humans are at a disadvantage. We are uninvited guests, while the bear is the proud host. Any mistake in reading nature's signals can lead to devastating consequences. This confrontation teaches a lesson in true humility, that we are not the apex of the food chain, but a small part of the harsh survival loop established by nature millions of years ago. But the power of the polar bear is nothing compared to the fury of the blizzards. Nature reigns through the power of storms. A blizzard can erase all human traces in mere hours. This is a reminder that every city, every building of ours, is but a sandcastle before the tide. Standing amidst a gale, the code of silence turns into awe. You cannot conceal yourself without learning to listen to the wind. Locals here know when to retreat, when to seek shelter. This is not cowardice. It is the wisdom of those who know their place. This lopsided confrontation forces us to abandon our arrogant ego and become creatures of adaptation. Facing polar bears or blizzards, all our social masks fall away. Money, status, or jante laws lose their meaning. Only instinct remains. In those moments between life and death, humans become their truest selves. We return to the source, the primal need to breathe, to live, to feel the heat of survival. This lopsided confrontation is, in essence, a moral test. It forces us to reflect. Have we lived worthily of this nature? Or are we still just ambitious intruders? Nature does not need us, yet we require its harshness to redefine who we are. We have traversed the stillness of the code of silence and the cruelty of the true rulers. Now, humanity is no longer the conqueror, but the student. We realize that life is not about winning or losing against bears or blizzards, but about harmony. Once we acknowledge our smallness, we know what is needed to walk upon this land. Viking ghosts of the past, wooden cathedrals, and legends of trolls, the stone spirits, await us in the final chapter. It is time to connect it all, past, present, and eternity. We have learned to conceal. We have learned to fear the rulers. Now it is time to return to the North's sacred soul. Before the wooden cathedrals appeared, this land was home to the Sami, who breathed in harmony with nature. They did not own the land, they were its guardians. This connection is manifest in Trollstigen, the Troll's Path. With 11 steep hairpin bends, it is an engineering marvel that challenges the stone spirits. Built in the 1930s, the road stands as a human effort to conquer sheer cliffs, where every turn tests our patience against the troll's wrath. This is where modern engineering bows to ancient myth, reminding us, no matter how advanced our technology, we remain small travelers amidst primal beauty. Overcoming the stillness and fear before nature, we realize we are walking on the hazy layers of time. This land holds more than ice and predators. It holds the dust of time. Each cliff and glacier is not mere geology, but a silent chronicle. We begin to see traces not of the present. Stacked stones, buried artifacts. The door of time does not open with a key, but with a quiet soul. When we no longer seek to conquer, this land begins to tell its story. Of the first Vikings and of spirits that have never truly left. They arrived over 1,000 years ago, not by technology, but by faith in the gods of the sea. The Viking ghosts did not vanish. They dissolved into the north wind and the blizzards. Their presence left a heavy spiritual legacy, a curse of courage bound to a price. Here, tales are still told of armies that ventured into the poles and never returned. They did not die. They became part of this land. Their legacy reminds us, history in the North is not written on paper, but carved into the bones of the earth, awaiting those still enough to listen. In the wilderness, wooden cathedrals stand as beacons of faith. They were not built to challenge nature, but to seek shelter in its shadow. Their architecture blends Christian symbols with ancient carvings of dragons and Nordic myths. This is the only place where humans dare to assert their existence with true solemnity. The wooden cathedral is not just a place of worship. It is a ship carrying the human soul through the cold. In the silence of century-old timbers, we feel the sacred connection between a fleeting human life and the eternity of this frozen land. The Norwegians call them trolls, the stone spirits. In the light of day, they are but boulders. Yet as night falls and the codes of silence rise, they seem to stir. Trolls are no mere fairy tale monsters. They are the embodiment of nature's temper. Gentle at times, fierce at others, always unpredictable and powerful. The longtime dwellers here show stones a special respect. They understand that every mountain holds a soul, and every rock can become a curse if you offend this land. Facing these stone spirits is the final lesson. We are but passing guests. Never claim to be the masters of this realm. Yet, there is a curse more terrifying than the wrath of the trolls, the curse of oblivion. Mining towns, oil rigs, and human ambitions, if not bound to the soul of this land, will be erased by the white snow. This land has its own way of purging those who come only to exploit, without knowing how to listen. That curse is the silent dissolution into nothingness. Every effort to impose a personal mark upon the pole becomes meaningless if we fail to learn how to harmonize. History in the North is a harsh filtering process. Only values of kindness and humility can endure alongside the frost. We end our journey where all boundaries dissolve. There is no longer the confrontation between human and bear, nor the discord between Viking past and modern technology. Only eternal harmony remains. We have concealed ourselves. We have feared. And ultimately, we have loved this land. The polar realm is no longer a place to conquer. It is a state of the soul. Each of us who comes here leaves a piece of our spirit in the permafrost. And in return, we carry a piece of its stillness as our life's companion. The North will remain proud and cold, waiting for the next travelers to arrive and continue the story of humility. We arrive as strangers, depart as friends, This land doesn't record our names, only a breath in the permafrost. After all, we are just passing guests on a journey longer than a lifetime. Leave behind the silence, take away the understanding. The North isn't for the conqueror, it's for those who know how to bow.